I understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pricks.
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahir Rahman Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Monday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. I want to thank all of you indeed for keeping up with us, and I am happy about the enlightenment that the citizens of the Republic, especially the younger generation, give the indication that they've been getting from this platform particularly. And you should tune in to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7 every weekday and get something special. The education, the information, and limitless entertainment, all of it put together here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. This morning, I come to you and we'll talk about galamsey. We will talk about galamsey because it is a very, very important subject. We must digest that subject. We must trisect it. We must bisect it. We must talk about galamsey because it's important. And we must talk about it without fear of favor and not without and devoid of all the political colorations that people want to put on it. We must talk about galamsey because galamsey is a killer. And for those of you who do not know, please write this down. M-I-N-A-M-A-T-A. M-I-N-A-M-A-T-A. It's called the Minamata story. Just Google it and read about it. Read about how the injection of mercury into your system could eventually kill you and your loved ones. Now, I put up a very simple equation on Facebook that I want to share with you. That if you add water to mercury and you add cyanide and you add lead, what will you get? If you ask AI, right, that add water to mercury to cyanide, 6 put that up for me. Water to mercury to cyanide and lead. If you add all those ones together, what will you get? I put this simple equation up. You can add chlorine to it. And the chlorine is there because that is what Ghana Water Company adds to your water to try and treat turbidity. So the water is harvested from the rivers that are already destroyed by the work of galamsey. The water has mercury in it because the boys use that to do their galamsey, or whoever sent them in there has mercury in there. And then there's cyanide that is added there. Then in some cases you find lead. All of it is already in the water that Ghana Water Company harvests. And then when they harvest, they also add another chemical known as chlorine. Mind you, Ghana Water Company doesn't have the system to take away mercury, cyanide, and lead from your water. Their duty is to treat turbidity of the water. So if you are drinking mercury, cyanide, lead, and chlorine all in one cup, you're using it to cleanse yourself, to bath. You're using it to cook. You're giving it to your children to drink. Think about it. What will you get? The scientists, the chemistry people, tell me. I truncated my chemistry education at the secondary level. But you tell me, those of you who are professors of chemistry, etc., you've been going, writing articles here and there. All of you are quiet. Tell me, if you add water to mercury and cyanide and lead and chlorine, what do you get? The professors should be able to tell us. Those who are defending and saying that we should postpone the fight against galamsey, they should come and tell us. I tell you on authority that the people, some of those people who are making those claims, they import water into this country to drink. Some of those people who are making those claims, they import water into this country to drink. Now, if you import water into the country to drink, must you endanger all of our lives? The situation has gotten so well that the Catholic Church in Ghana, they want to protest. Find me that document, please. The Catholic Church in the Republic of Ghana, they have united in their voices and they say they want to protest and want to present a petition. This is the Catholic Archdiocese of Accra in collaboration with the Conference of Major Superiors of the Religions, Ghana, and humbly they invite us to the environmental prayer walk against galamsey, caring for our common home. That's what they have put there. Activities, presentation of a petition to the president at the Jubilee House. Episcopal Mass celebrated by the Archbishop. It's dated Friday. On Friday, the Catholic Church, they will do this at the Holy Spirit Cathedral at Abraka. Can you imagine if we had, for example, the National Cathedral fully completed? The Catholic Church would have gone there to host this beautiful event to remind all of us. But we should be even worried that the Catholic Church now, the church, we have gotten to a point that the church is joining, they are demonstrating. It has never happened in this country before. Those who have lived older than me can tell me, has there been a case where the church, and when I'm talking about the church, I'm not talking about small, I'm talking about the church, that the church says, I am going to demonstrate, because where the matter has gotten to, it has gotten out of hand. And we still think that galamsey is not a problem. We should be okay. People should eat their kenke with galamsey water and it is fine. People should eat their wache with galamsey water, their yakayake, their fufu, their wache, their banku, their gobe. It's okay. We are fine. We are fine. We are okay. What kind of a country are we running? And you see, we have done this so much to the point where even when it is obvious that wrong is being done, you find people who defend all manner of things, especially on social media these days. The youth in Adanse, they saw a vehicle, a truck with the police emblem on it, carrying what they say allegedly is a galamsey equipment, heading towards where they say it's a galamsey site. That vehicle ran into somebody's home. And they had made videos. The Ghana Police Service says, oh, the vehicle doesn't belong to us. People have suggested that it belongs to one private company that is involved in waste management. Another says, oh, it belongs to the National Road Safety Authority. Now, question is, why would anybody be emboldened knowing that the vehicle that they have doesn't belong to the Ghana Police Service, but they are bold enough to put an emblem of the Ghana Police Service on it? And then you have people say, oh, the police have explained that the vehicle doesn't belong to you, so that doesn't do it. It doesn't do it because tomorrow you could be home. Somebody could buy his private vehicle, tint all the glasses, put a police emblem on it, and come in front of your home, come right there, and come and tell you that you are under arrest. They pick you up and put you in there, and they could be hoodlums. In the past, you could say, oh, it's a police vehicle, an operational vehicle. In today's Ghana, where police people and national security people and all security people, they wear scruffy beard, they wear tattered jeans, balaclava, they look very unkempt walking around. They are not clean shaven, most of them are not. You can't be too sure. So the questions ought to be asked. Please lose the super. There's a car number, I checked. The car number of this vehicle is ER 76517. Car number ER 76517 is down there. Car number ER 76517 is down there, right down there. Now, the basic way to check if a vehicle has insurance or not is to dial star 920 star 57 hash. Star 920 star 57 hash. And I check this because I don't have water in my head. And I don't take everything hook, line, and sink. I ask questions because that's my job to do. I don't buy 2 CDs data to come and be defending nonsense on social media and be attacking people. I checked. When I dialed this, they asked me to enter the car number. So I entered ER and whatever followed without the space. 76517. This is what I entered. Then it says, welcome to the National Insurance Commission's MID USSD service. Enter vehicle registration to verify if the vehicle has insurance, because the vehicle has run into somebody's home and that person deserves insurance compensation from a vehicle that does not belong to the police but has police stickers all over it. What did the Insurance Commission tell me? They say that the vehicle insurance information not found in the MID, to which it does not have insurance. And most of the government vehicles, traversing our roads do not have insurance. Not so long ago, I showed you vehicles from the Ghana Meteorological Agency that didn't have insurance. They had even gotten involved in accidents. The police have not acted on that. Now here's a vehicle with the police emblem, right? And if the vehicle had not gotten into an accident, if the vehicle had not gotten into an accident, the people there at Adansi, Katie Hammond's place, they would have all thought that this is a police vehicle going to do a legitimate police and state job. That's what I'm talking about. Because while we are still talking about galamsey and the effects of galamsey and how it's hurting all of us, the government is busy still issuing licenses in October. The government doesn't respect us. So come up for there with those your noises. It won't help anybody. The government says, come up for that. The police wrote this statement. They say they are investigating. If you and I are caught on the road without insurance, we will be dealt with, we'll be taken to the court. Ally? If you are caught driving a vehicle that doesn't have insurance, George Akufu Dampare and his people, they will arrest you and take it to court. Godfrey Dami will come and say, let's prosecute him. Now there's a vehicle, a yellow truck, carrying what is supposed to be, or allegedly, a galamsey machine. Right? That doesn't have insurance. And I've showed you how to check for it. Star 920 star 57 hash. They have crashed into somebody's home. So that insurance package, who is going to take care of it? And why was that vehicle driving without insurance? And if the vehicle hadn't gotten involved in that accident, the people would have assumed that it was a police vehicle doing its lawfully accorded police job. That's what I'm talking about. And while we are at it, I'm telling you that the government of the day decided that we will still go on and issue mining licenses. We don't care. There's a cabinet document. Pull it for me. It was in the Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng report. The Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining that Nanado set up, 10 ministers, gave them a whole secretariat. In that set, they had a cabinet meeting and had a cabinet directive. I'll tell you how the new issuance of licenses, and the licenses are on the website of the Minerals. You can go and check. This is a confidential document. It's dated the 4th of March 2019. Please enlarge it so everybody can read some. This is a document. A cabinet decision taken to say, look, going forward, this is a cabinet decision taking in 2019. Mind you, in 2019, we had all been told that there's a perpetual ban on all forms of mining. But it was a lie. It was a lie because we still are mining, and today we are seeing the effects of all the lies that were told. In 2019, while we were all fooled to believe that, oh, the government has banned all forms of mining. I was sitting on TV3 New Day at the time. Stop galamsey, stop galamsey. All the newspapers they had on the front page is stop galamsey, now hashtag stop galamsey. So now we were being fooled. Because while we were busy out there, the government and its assigns and the people they love and cherish so much, they were busy out there being given mining licenses into the forest reserves to go and mine. Now I say this without fear or favor. That law that emanated from the table of cabinet went to parliament and was passed to allow people to go and mine in forest reserves, respectfully, is a foolish law. Anywhere in the world, no country in its right senses will allow people to go and mine in forest reserve. God created the land and thought it wise as Odomankuma and Nyankopon Nyansabua Kwanyame. And he says that, let me give you forest reserves. We, as wise as we can be, we sat in a meeting, formulated and drafted the law, took it to parliament and passed it to say, go into the forest reserve, destroy the rivers, destroy the waters, go and mine. Are we wise? This is a cabinet decision, 4th of March, 2019, 2 days before our Independence Day in 2019. Go back to the Independence Day celebration. Go and read the speech and what was said about galamsey. It's all a scam and charade. Cabinet at its 49th meeting held on Thursday, the 28th of February, 2019, received an update from the Minister for Environment, Science, Technology and Innovation in his capacity as chairperson of the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining on the work at the committee. 2, Cabinet took note of the lack of coordination amongst the relevant agencies in the mining and forestry subsectors, resulting in some entities exploiting the situation to acquire prospecting licenses without compliance with due process. And Forestry Commission was mentioned at the Sejong. The Minerals Commission was mentioned. Other ministers abandoned the committee, according to Professor Frimpong Boateng. 3, consequently, Cabinet directed the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to suspend the issuance of all new licenses, permits by the Forestry and Minerals Commission for minerals prospecting. 4, Cabinet further directed the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to suspend the licenses already issued for operation in 47 forest reserves as per the attached list, and to submit a report on environmental impact assessment by the Environmental Protection Agency for the said forest reserves. The report should be submitted at the 51st Cabinet meeting scheduled for 28 March 2019. I should be grateful if you could take requisite action on the decision by Cabinet. Signed by Mercy Deborah Kakari, Secretary to Cabinet, copied to all of them. This was disregarded, according to Professor Frimpong Boateng. This was disrespected, a cabinet decision with the president as chair of cabinet. Cabinet is not chaired by my late father, J.B. Hughes. No, it's chaired by the president. In his absence, the vice president. The top ministers that you know who are cabinet ministers, they attend this meeting. It's an assemblage of respectable and knowledgeable and intelligent people. They took a decision. Then some of them left that same table and went to misconduct themselves. And they still are at post. And you want to tell me that the government is interested in fighting galamsey? There was never a fight against galamsey. See, show me. There's a photo of Mr. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, Madam Cecilia Dapa, Mr. Samuel Abu Jinapor. 3 ministers at the time: Information Minister, Sanitation Minister, and the new Lands Minister. Mind you, in the previous administration, there was Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, Information Minister, who had taken over from Dr. Mustafa Hamid. Then Cecilia Dapa took over from the late Mr. Ada, because they had swapped place, aviation and sanitation, because Mr. Ada said he doesn't collect bola. And then there is Samuel Jinapor. They went to the central region and the western region. This picture was taken in 2021. This was the state of our water. This was at the Ghana Water Company intake. either in the Western region or Central region. I've forgotten exactly where. But this, when they finished, they told the press, Mr. Nkrumah told the press that they were trying to understand the situation to be able to fight the canker. He had been part of the Interministerial Committee Against Illegal Mining, the 10, that was dissolved in 2020, that Eugene Ahin wrote and said that, oh, they had achieved their mandate, so they were dissolved. Now, in 2021, Fanfu, they took the media around to Central and Western region with all the people who were doing follow back, and they saw the dirty water at the Ghana water intake, and they said that, oh, this Akufo-Addo cocoa drink, we are trying to understand how it came so that we can fix it. We are still in 2024. After 2021, 22, 23, we are in 2024. And the problem has still not been understood to be fixed. Kojo Nkrumah is in his constituency talking tough and saying that, oh, if an MP will allow for his place to be destroyed, we at Ofonsia Arebi will not allow. Go to Ofonsia Arebi constituency. Those who know the constituency, go there and go and match what Mr. Nkrumah is saying and what was said then. What did he say in the past? Look, this is a tweet. There was an economist story that says more jobs, more revenues, more trade. Why Africa's artisanal mining boom should be welcomed economic whatever. It was there. Then it says in Ivory Coast, the government has shut down more than 280 illegal mines since last year. Mr. Nkrumah found it prudent to tweet on 11th of May 2016 at 14:07. That's 2:07 p.m. And it says that, and in Ghana, it's galamsey galore. Governments can act if they really want to. Governments can act if they really want to. So now come to me. The standard that Mr. Nkrumah set, that based on what was happening in Ivory Coast, that jobs had been created, that there were more revenues, right? And that in Ghana, there was galamsey galore. And at that time when he tweeted, galamsey had not gotten this worse. Now he has lost his voice. The standard was that governments can act if they really want to. Is our government willing to act? There are key members of government who are asking us to postpone the fight against galamsey until after the elections. Our president asked us to be citizens and not spectators. There's a Palgrave Boachi Dankwa. He's the government spokesperson on security and governance. What did he say? He says the president has been observing everything. The president has become Kodeo. He's observing. Our president has become a spectator. He's observing. Our president, he has become a spectator. He is watching the people like TV. His people are dying. I will protect the public person. I'll protect you. He swore an oath to protect all of us. Go and read Article 36 and 38. The happiness of the people. He said the president is observing us. He's observing everything that's happening. Ours is a listening president who observes his people when they are in turmoil and they are looking forward for him to act. The president went to France 24, right? Our president has avoided local media since 2019. He only goes to friendly media. He doesn't like critical media. The last time the president met the press was in 2019. The last time the president met the press was on December 20, 2019. I was there. That was the last time the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, media freedom champion, human rights champion, whatever it is, champion. The last time he met the press was in December 20, 2019. That was the last time he met the press. The last time he wanted to meet people, he met small school children. He was telling them about how he brought Dr. Baumia in, blah, 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 blah. He has not, but every time, play the France 24 video for me, every time he has opportunity to meet foreign press, he will avoid local press, he will not talk to them. His supporters and his assigns and social media, whatever, Jata will come and attack local press, but he will hurriedly go and speak to foreign press. Meanwhile, the foreign press, they don't take anything from him. Pause the video, play the video. I want you to play the video and pause it. You see the president's golden chair that get carried in a V8. When he was going to France, he didn't take it along. Look at the chair that the president is sitting on. He is sitting on a regular chair like the presenter, like the host, like the anchor. He didn't take the chair that he carries in a V8 while people can't find food to eat, while children lie on their bellies to learn. He didn't take it along. When he travels outside, he's prim and proper. When he comes here, he's the monarch of all his surveys. And this one is the one that we elected. And he's a listening president who doesn't listen to us, who says, I need small time to be able to consider whether or not to act on galamsey or not to act on... He doesn't even know what he wants to do. Then he goes to sit at France 24 and tells the world that, oh, he is not responsible for putting people in jail. I agree. Come to me, please. The president is not responsible for putting people in jail. I agree. But you see, in our constitution, there's only one minister, cabinet minister, that is mentioned in the constitution, which is the Attorney General, a Minister of Justice. The Attorney General and Minister of Justice is appointed by the president. Godfrey Dami wouldn't have become Attorney General if Nanado had not thought it so. Right? Now, if the Attorney General, all crimes are prosecuted by the state, and the Attorney General is the one that took the people to court to prosecute them after the police had arrested them, and the Attorney General who works to the president and sits in cabinet is the one who had people arguing that don't give these people bail. Who pushed the people inside? The people's lawyer said, no, we beg you, my lord, we beg you, please grant them bail. The Attorney General representing the President of the Republic, their executive arm of government, he says, no, push them inside. So who pushed them inside, Mr. President? A simple analogy. Who pushed the people inside? If you want to know who the real galamseys are, listen to Mr. Titus Glover. Listen to him. Listen to him. It's an OT, but listen to him.
How to deal with it. Law enforcers.
Now got him so that was seeing another one, and another question was one on growth. Yeah, me and before no woman, a coon, a yeti.
And before they galamsey, I'm a fight very difficult.
Of course. It's a fact. It's a fact. There's a man called one and Koyadi, now would be a call. So therefore, and num, a pioneer, and num so, a kunditia. There's a one bad point, Pomun, if you know more. District Security Council, MC's done, dear no Regional State Council, when I'm security for more. So every time soldiers have to move from Accra and go into this area, and why? And so,
but Brakwate, he spoke very well. This is not a new clip, this is an old clip. And if there's something I like about him, it is his ability to say it whether you like it or not. Brakwate, good morning to you. And he made a very strong point. You see, the DCs and MCs we have now, I have raised that concern. We waited for 9 months in 2021. The Damboche Committee was vetting them for 9 solid months. The assemblies were dormant for 9 months. No major decisions could be taken for 9 months. We were waiting for them. Contrary to Act 936, 9 months. The president broke the law for 9 months before we got these DCs. People are mining under their nose. Look at the case of Konongo, for example. The DCE says, oh, we should give him some time to us. So the government is about giving them time. There's no sense of urgency. It's a national emergency, but there's no sense of urgency to deal with it. It appears there's nobody in charge. And you heard Mr. Glover, he said, Mr. Titus Glover said, look, it is our own people who are making the fight difficult. John Peter Mewu said, oh, we're going to fight galamsey with drones. Where are the drones? The drones that we bought, where are they? Should we be asking Mr. Mewu where the drones are? Where are the drones? We have paid lip service. We have sunk a lot of national resources into this galamsey fight. And what are we getting in return? Nothing. Then you find the MPP's National Women's Organizer, Kate Jemfoa, sit on radio to suggest to all of us, as if we are not dying quick enough, drinking mercury with cyanide, with lead, and chlorine put together, and say we should postpone the fight. The height of wickedness. People are thinking of elections and votes, not the lives of the people that they begged to govern. If you have a mother and a father who doesn't care about you, but cares about Yalabo, Eyentuma, and the rest, you have to watch your mother again. Maybe you were adopted. If you have a parent who doesn't care about your school fees, but cares more about how well they can buy eyelashes and foundation and whatever it is, check your mother. Maybe you were adopted, or maybe she found you by the street and picked you. The way the government is going about the fight against galamsey, when for those of you who are defending, maybe by election day you will not be alive. Because you would have drunk too much mercury and cyanide and lead and chlorine together, that by the time we are ready, you will be on the table taking dialysis. Don't defend rubbish because it is blue, white, and red, or it is black, red, green, and white. Don't defend rubbish because it is it. Be true because it is the truth. Stay with the facts. Stay with what is true. Stay with what is good for all of us. Let's not be silly and stupid for a few coins. Have a good morning. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. We'll take your calls right when we return from this break. This is Sunrise on 3FM 92.7.